Hi, I'm Greg Justice, and this is Jamie Taylor. And we're here today to demonstrate a 30-15 6-exercise circuit. And that is for this month's Living Wellness Kansas City magazine. Now, what 30-15 means is that we're going to do 30 seconds of work and 15 seconds of rest or transition to the next movement. The 6 exercises that we're going to do today are the squats, push-ups, burpees, lunges, band row, and plank. Now, what we want you to do with these 6 exercises is to go through one cycle of them, take a 1-minute break, and complete up to 4 complete cycles for a 20-minute workout. Okay, we're going to demonstrate these 6 exercises right now, and you'll notice that we alternate between a lower body movement, an upper body movement, a cardiovascular movement, back to a lower body movement, another upper body movement, and then a core movement. What we're doing there is creating something called metabolic disturbance. We're going to be pushing the blood up, down, all around her body, and we're going to go right over here and begin with the squats. We're going to show you a couple of versions of each movement so that we can show the progression and the regression. We're going to start right here with the squats in the progressed version, and then about halfway through I'm going to have her show you a regressed version of it using the bench. All right, are you ready? Here we go.
Crank it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Now what I want Jamie to do here is make sure that her knee does not extend in front of that toe, and that's to protect the knee. Her upper body is leaning slightly forward, but her head and chest are staying up. As she comes up, she's going to squeeze the bottom, driving straight up, and I'm going to have her regress into a range of motion regression, and you'll notice you can use a chair or a bench that it stops the range of motion. And this is great if you have knee issues and to learn a basic movement. Now we're going to go to a push-up. From her lower body to her upper body, I'm going to have her start on her feet. Her hands are shoulder distance apart, just a little more. She's going to drop the chest right between those hands. Her eyes are looking about 6 inches in front, giving us a nice neutral spine. I'm going to have her drop to her knees. But the same position from her ears, her shoulders, her hips, and her knees, one straight line, dropping the chest right between the hands, pushing straight up. Inhale as she goes down, exhale as she comes up, keeping a nice tight core, navel to the spine. In and up. Very good. Okay, now we're going to go to a cardiovascular movement. And we're going to use a full body cardiovascular movement, the burpees.
2 rounds down. Go.
Okay, you'll notice her feet are just slightly more than shoulder distance apart. That's so she can get a good base, bringing your hands right down between, to the bench, and all the way up. I like to use the step as a slight regression because it teaches the proper form when doing the burpee. Again, she maintains nice neutral spine by looking at the edge of the step as she goes down and then comes all the way up. Now, we're going to go back to a lower body movement. For the first half, I'm going to have her do the forward lunge, and then we're going to regress into the back lunge. The key on the lunge, we're going to keep the torso upright.
3 rounds down. Go.
She's going to alternate stepping forward, making sure that that knee does not go in front of the toe. Her core is again tight. Her head is stacked on top of her shoulders. Her ears directly in line with the shoulders. Her shoulders directly in line with the hips. Now we're going to regress, doing a back lunge alternating. A little bit easier on the knees. And this is a great one for beginners to use. And even if you have to hold on to something, it'll give you a little more balance. All right. Now we're going to go back and balance out what we did with the push-ups. We're going to do a pulling motion, a nice band row. You'll notice we've got the red bands here. Progression would be blue, regression would be green or yellow. Now, what we're doing here, we're standing upright. Her ears, shoulders, and hips are one straight line. Her core is tight, navel toward the spine, giving her a good base of support. Feet are about shoulder distance apart. You can also stagger your feet there if you want a little more base of support. And we don't want her elbows to go too far back because that tilts that shoulder joint. We want it nice and supported and all the way in. Okay. Now we're going to go to the plank. And this is a wonderful abdominal movement. My favorite abdominal movement. You'll notice that her shoulders are directly over her elbows. One straight line. We don't want an angle there. It's very important to stay stacked right one on top of the others. Her eyes are about 6 inches in front. If I had a broomstick, it would be in a straight line with the ears, the shoulders, the hips, the knees, and the ankles. Her navel is up and in toward the spine. She's breathing, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. A nice breathing pattern, a good base of support. This is one of the best overall abdominal exercises that you can do. Now, that's one round of the 30-15s. Rest 1 minute and then do it 2 to 4 more times and you've got a great full body workout.